Good morning. I am Karen Ray. This is the Fave Lifestyles and Fave Biz Society. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tina. Welcome to the Fave Biz Society.
Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
privilege. It really is. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and it is so fun to bring women and have a conversation. And today I'm really looking forward to our conversation. As we were kind of prepping, I said, there's a few things here. This is going to be really educational because there's a few things I know nothing about. And we're going to be talking about how your passion about changing one household at a time to create a better environment and a healthier us and a healthier world around us. So super excited about that. And yeah, so just let's get started a little bit. Tell us, and we love your accent too. So you have to tell us a little bit about where you're from and tell us a little bit about your passion.
Okay. Well, as you can hear, I am an Aussie. And I grew up in Australia. My amazing parents were German. So I grew up bilingual. That was very, very common in Australia in my generation, because all of us were first generation. There were Greeks, Italians, French, it, Danish, Scottish. I'm just thinking of all my friends. And we all spoke our parents' tongue, and we all spoke English at school. So it wasn't anything unusual. And I grew up in Australia. My mother was a phenomenal chef. So she always said, you must eat well to be well. And my father was a World War II veteran from the German side, the other side, unfortunately. And he saw so much atrocity in the world of war that he said, you always have to look after the planet and be kind to mankind. And so these two people were phenomenal. And I have only brothers. So they could be quite brutal at times, but they were good. And I grew up surfing. I grew up in the ocean. And my passion has always been the sea and has been about health. From the age of 30, I realized I had to do something every day for my health. And it was really important. And I knew I could feel things changing in my 20s and 30s. And I went, oh, this is not good. So I'm diligent on what I do. And I adopted a beautiful boy from Guatemala. So I adopt my children. And my son, one day, we were walking around and he said, you guys have really screwed the planet for me and my generation. And I go, yes, we have. And he goes, that means I've got to clean it up. And so I said, why don't we start that now? And I hate plastic. I am so adverse, and I always have. I could never get into Tupperware. And I think it is a good product, but it's not a product for me. And I just would see when you'd walk around, you'd just see plastic and plastic and plastic everywhere. And then when they found a humpback whale that had beached, and I believe it was in South Africa, and they cut open the lining to see why did it die. And it had over, and I'm not quite sure if it was 5 or 10 ton of plastic inside. I think it was 5 ton of plastic in its digestion that it consumed, thinking it was something to eat, thinking it was, jellyfish, which turtles like to eat, and they see a plastic bag. So I'm really thrilled that all of Australia now has banned single-use plastic, which is phenomenal. The whole country has banned it.
Oh, really? I had no idea. Yeah. So that is really interesting. Let's pause for a second because a lot to digest, even just right there. So what do they use instead of plastic?
Well, they're starting to use more hemp. I believe they're starting to encourage you to bring in your own bags. You have those mesh bags you can use to shop, or just don't use a bag. When you go shopping.
Like Costco.
One carrot, one potato. You don't need a plastic bag for each individual item. It's not going to be contaminated in that little basket of yours. It's okay. They can't touch each other. So it really amazes me when I go shopping and I'll see. But it's not so much that people are doing it. For me, it's obvious that people are autopilot.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't. They're just doing something because they've always done it.
Right.
And this one lady stopped me when I was at Whole Foods, and I'm really adamant as little plastic as possible. There's some things I can't save. I mean, I can't get away with. So when I buy my meat, I'll go, please, not in plastic. And they all know me. She hates the plastic. Don't give her plastic. And this one lady stopped me. She goes, in your trolley, you have no plastic. And I looked at her and I go, that's right. And she goes, why? And I go, I love the oceans and I love the land. And her face of recognition of what she's been doing wrong.
Oh.
She just goes, oh my God. And she was stunned by her habitual habits. So that's when I got together with a phenomenal coach, Leilani Wells, and she said, you have to do more than what you're thinking. She really pushed my boundaries. And then I came up with a company called Move Me. And so this is to move me out of plastic and chemicals. So I want to make people's health really good with simple habits, then their home health, and then that ripples down to the environment. And that's my passion. That's
yes.
Really my passion.
Yes. And what an example you're setting for your son.
Yeah. And what he does to other people too. No, that's plastic. No, I'm not drinking that apple juice. It's in plastic.
Probably tastes better when it's not in plastic too. Yes, that's a whole nother subject. So so let's talk about, creating these new habits. And just, part of that, like you said, is becoming aware of what we're doing. So I remember I lived in Sweden. I was an exchange student there many, 35 years ago, well, maybe even 40 now. But they were already into saving the environment. I was so stunned at going there. I'm like, where's all of our bags? So we weren't really, I don't even know if we were using plastic then or paper bags or whatever, but everybody there brought their own bag. And I'm like, what are these people doing? Why are they doing that? And because it just wasn't wearing that. It's like, that's not convenient. Why don't they service me and give me a bag? But now I look back at it going, yes, they were already onto this of being, I don't even know what just whether it's saving the environment or just
being mindful.
Being very mindful. So so let's create some new mindful habits, if you will. And let's talk about, so one of our first topics here is DNA Design Nutrition. So what is that? And let's have a little discussion on that.
Do you know, I'm always amazed. I would say a good percentage of people take vitamins because they feel like the soil is depleted, they lack in certain things, or their diet isn't really great. So they'll substitute it for a vitamin. And then a lot of the times I'll say is, will that work for you? And they go, well, it works for my mum, or it works for my sister, or it works for my best friend. So it's going to work for me. And I go, yeah, but your body's different. So when a company came to me, and because I'm really into DNA, even that long lineage of what we carry through from in our lineage and what we're responsible and characteristics of who we are, whether it's our baggage or great grandmother's baggage, and we're carrying it all through. And so I love DNA. And when they said, oh, we'll do a swab inside your mouth and we will see against what they call healthy aging panel, which is 18 SNPs, 18 genetic, really major SNPs for your health. So that's from your heart, your immune, your detoxification, your MTHFR, which is all the women's one, and bit for men, but really big for women for reproduction and pregnancy and fertility. And we'll have a look at those and we will see what did you gain from your mum and or your dad and how you were weak or how you were strong. And then from there, we will design a designed nutrition, which is plant-based, it's organic and wild-crafted, and it's raw, and it comes to you in one container. And what it does, it makes wherever you are weak, makes that area strong so that your body functions in a way that it's inherited really good genetic SNPs. And
Oh,
suddenly you
wow.
don't have inflammation, your brain fog goes, your digestion gets better, your joints aren't so sore. So a lot of the time, it is genetics, but really genetics is 20% and 80% of what you do. But if you don't know what you are doing wrong, you're in a circle. And so that's when I go, just do this little test. I will sit down and guide you through everything that's either red or yellow indicators, which means you're weak. And I'll guide you through. And even if you don't do the supplementation, you will have a great guide to know what to do and what not to do.
I love this. So this is something that you do, that you provide.
Yeah.
Oh, this is super cool. Oh, we're going to have to put the information in the comments because this is just really great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
Especially as we age, that inflammation.
Oh.
So, I mean, there's inflammation causes so many problems in us that if you could actually work by what you eat and have that healthy living piece. Wow. That's I'm just finding this so fascinating. It's just like, yes, because as we age, we notice a lot of changes, and it's like, how do we deal with this? Yes. And maybe some of you, like me, you now have allergies and you can't drink milk and you can't have all these different things, but you don't really know what to replace it with.
Yeah. And if you're replacing with the right thing.
Right.
So it's so you get, that's what for all those plastic containers, you just get one instead of 50,000 in your supplement cupboard, and we all have them. The only time I won't impose anything is when they're working already with a naturopathic doctor, and then you just work with that person. I don't have the right to step in. That, if you want to work with both of us, let us both know, and I will definitely share whatever I know. But doctors are doctors, and they have their amazing areas. That's not what I am.
Right.
I'm just a genetic freak who loves learning this.
Yes, and sharing some good skills along the way to help us create a healthier us and around us. So cool stuff. Yes, we could go into a lot of different things, but we have a couple more topics we're going to just kind of brush on here. The next one is gray water safe. What is that? What does that mean?
Gray water safe means that when you wash your hair or clean your floors or do your dishes, where does that water go? And gray water safe means that water is safe to go into the ocean, to go into landfill, and it doesn't alkaline or acidify the soil or the seawater. So it goes in, and in Australia, it's really big because you reuse all of your shower water, your dishwater, and that. So then you can put that into your garden, because we have a big water problem in a lot of the areas I grew up with in Australia. So we would have a separate tank where the water from the shower, the dishwasher, and everything would go in, and it had to be grey water safe so that we could water our plants. And so a lot of products, they go, oh, this is safe for you, but is it grey water safe? Is it safe for it to go back into the environment to be absorbed in a healthy way?
Oh, so how do you know?
It says it on it. It will say on the box, on the containers, it will say grey water safe.
I've never seen that. I wouldn't even know where to look for that on the container, like on the shampoo and stuff.
The shampoo is the most difficult and the most challenging. But other products, like I just saw recently, I'm shifting to the sheets for your washing, because it's in a paper box. They say grey water safe. It says it on the bottom of the box. And there's some products, I work with a company that's been 30 years doing grey water safe products. So I just know, and that's the shampoo, and that's all. But
So
I love my Aveda shampoo.
yeah. So do you have like resources and stuff
Yeah,
that people
yeah,
can kind of tap into? It's like, okay,
yeah,
yeah, these are gray water safe. These are,
yeah, yeah,
that kind of stuff. So you can know what to go to and
yeah,
how to,
yeah,
the
yeah,
how to's of all this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've never thought of that.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yes. So let's talk about some products that are out there that you'd like to
Mhm.
share that are just good for us and for our environment.
You know, because I'm so don't like plastic, and so I'm trying to tell people you can buy in Target, which I love Target.
Oh
You
yes,
can
and I
buy
love the way you say it too. It makes it sound so nice. Crochet. Sounds
in
much better than
Target.
Target.
Yeah, Target, as we say in
Crochet.
Australia. And
Yes.
it's an American company, and it's called, I'm going to just show you a box, and it's called Matter. Okay. This
Okay.
is, they're all plant based.
What?
Yeah, it's
I
all
had
plant
no
based.
idea.
And they have a cling wrap. Ooh, I got it just there. Made from plants.
Wow.
The thing is, and this is all, and that you can buy it at Target. I mean, that's what I love, that it may be a touch more expensive, but I think just a touch more. But when you think of the big picture, you're not adding
Mhm.
plastic into the environment. The
Yeah.
freezer bags, I mean, they're great. I love this product. I really do. And the bags, they're just very thick. But because it's plant-based, you just have to be gentle when you open them. We're so used to just whipping things,
Yeah.
not a good idea. You just have to learn patience and gentleness, how to open them.
Yes.
No, really, it's because people just go, and they go,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And the cling
I
wrap as well. The cling wrap
oh,
is, you learn patience, but after a while you get into the rhythm of
mhm.
doing it.
I had no idea that even existed out there.
Mhm.
Okay, you are going to be a wealth of knowledge for us to help us move forward in healthier ways.
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, and if it's at Target too, Target,
I
it's easy.
know.
You just run down there and grab it.
Yeah, yeah,
No fuss,
and
no
it's,
muss.
yeah, you're helping an American company, you're helping the environment, and you're helping yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's a beautiful mix.
Oh, lovely. Yes, yes. So let's talk about, you have a freebie for the ladies as well. So let's talk about that.
Okay, the freebie is a one-to-one, and you can tell me some of your health it goes for 1 hour. Some
Oh
of
my
your
goodness. Wow.
Yeah. Some of you, oh yeah, us Aussies gas bag. So I mean, come on. I'm not going to learn much in 20 minutes. So let's really talk, and then I can see if I can help you. So, because so many people say, I'm already doing that. But then when you delve in just a little deeper, they suddenly realize, oh, that's bad for me. And I go,
Oh,
mm-hmm. So I just like to enlighten people,
yeah.
and then just give them some little pointers how you can make your health better environmentally and planet wise. So yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
freebie is a one-to-one for an hour, and we'll talk, and if you are so perfect and beautiful, we'll just have a great conversation.
I love it. Isn't it just wonderful getting to know people
Oh, I
and just
know. You
and just
have to.
understanding the humans around us?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh my
really.
gosh, Tina, I just love this. And I am just so fascinated and want to talk more with you privately too on that DNA, because
Yeah.
yes, I know so many people who need that boost of health, and
Yeah.
especially in today's world with
Oh,
the different
absolutely.
things that we're fighting
Yeah,
to be just the healthiest that we can be, so we can
yeah.
share our gifts with other people in such a great way. Tina, thank you for coming on. Anything you want to last words to share here as we close out our little chat?
No, just,
A little word of wisdom or anything?
you know, just love your life. And be
Oh,
kind to people. I mean, really, it's the kindness, and enjoy your life.
yeah.
And just look around, and because there is abundance everywhere, whether it's plants or animals or just walking. But I think it's really important for us to spend some time with ourselves. And a lot of that time is just be kind. No one's perfect, and you're not going to climb Mount Everest or Kilimanjaro in one day.
And it's so much more fun with friends along the way too. So grab your
Absolutely.
friends. Okay. Well, Tina, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
And we're going to definitely have to bring you back because you are a wealth of knowledge and would just love to share your brilliance with the ladies. So thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us today. All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.